Hi everyone, this is Teacher Jen from camgush.com and welcome to another fun and exciting lesson from Exploring English Book 6. This is by Tim Harris and Alan Rowe. We will start our lesson on this page and we got some exercise to do or answer. So let's start with exercise number 1. Complete the sentences using past participles as adjectives. Let's start with the examples. Many candidates break their promises. We're tired of broken promises. Mr. Bascom has proven his ability many times. He's a man of proven ability. They scheduled the meeting for 5 o'clock p.m. It was the last scheduled meeting of the day. He got the results he had expected. He got the expected results. The newspapers favor him to win the election. He's the favored candidate. You should type that report before you send it in. They expect a type-written report. You wasted your time on that last effort. It was a wasted effort. Show me the report when you've finished it. I want to see the finished report. The girl next door doesn't like to fry fish. She hates the smell of fried fish. Her expression shows that she worries a lot. She has a worried expression. She admits that she's a failure. She's an admitted failure. Her parents didn't give her the name olive oil. It isn't her given name. They bought a car that someone else had used. It was a used car. They didn't want to rent a car. It's too expensive driving a rented car. Now let's go into exercise number 2. Practice making sentences with participial adjectives using the words below. For example, trusted friend. Mr. Grubb is a trusted friend. Crowded bus. Have you ever been on a crowded bus? Frightened woman. The frightened woman ran out of the theater. So, this is what I want you to do. I want you to copy exercises 1 and 2 on a separate sheet of paper. Copy all of these sentences on exercise 1 and you have to complete, okay? You have to fill in the blanks with the past participles as adjectives. Now, on exercise number 2, you have to make your own sentences. And of course, you have to use these phrases before these lines, okay? And remember, you have to make complete sentences, okay? Now let's go on to the next page, and this is a reading activity. We're going to read about the Wickham Daily News. Of course, I'm going to read first, and I want you to listen carefully because after me, you're going to read it on your own. So let's start now. This year's mural contest between Otis and Mr. Bascom is turning out to be one of the most exciting campaigns in the history of Wickham City. In the beginning, Mr. Bascom was favored to win by a wide margin. He had the full support of the business community and was easily the better-known candidate. Recently, however, Otis has been catching up with Mr. Bascom and now stands an even chance of winning the election. In spite of all the campaign activity, including hundreds of speeches and public appearances by both candidates, almost 30% of the electorate is still undecided about who to vote for. To help the voters make up their minds, the City Council last Friday asked Otis and Mr. Bascom to hold a second debate. Both candidates agreed that a second debate was necessary, but they disagreed about where it should be held. Mr. Bascom favored the Chamber of Commerce because of its calm, businesslike atmosphere. Otis complained that the Chamber of Commerce, with a capacity of only 200, was much too small for the most important event of the campaign. He wanted the debate to be held at City Park so everyone could attend. Of course, Mr. Bascom opposed the idea. He said it would give Otis an unfair advantage since his whole campaign was based on saving the park. Finally, the two men agreed to debate each other on the steps of City Hall. They would meet at 2 p.m. on Monday, November 5, the day before the election. Now, it's your turn to read these two paragraphs. To do that, you can pause this video for a while, then read. When you're done, you can press play so that we can continue in our lesson. Now, students, this story is not yet finished, but we are going to continue this story on the next video, so watch out for that. In the meantime, this is the end of our lesson, so I hope you learned something. This is Teacher Jen from camgush.com saying goodbye and see you on our next video. Goodbye!